What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and I know we were supposed to be talking War Games a few days ago. Fortunately, things happened, and I've not been able to produce any videos. But I wanted to come at you guys this morning, and I really wanted to bring a happier video, a nicer video, but we lost. That's just the reality. Our team lost last night. We are 1-1, so that's really good news, but I want to come basically with this message today that because of the, 90 possible fights, we only had 65. So we had just over 2/3 of our people actually participating in War Games. And guys, no, some of these teams can look really, really intimidating, but you have to try. If we don't try, you're never going to succeed. And this isn't just for the Chestia Familia. This is for anybody in War Games. A lot of times you'll come up against teams that will look really cumbersome and nigh impossible. Our first night, pretty much everyone had kissed it off. But remember, a lot of it comes down to a few key factors. Anybody can throw money at the game. That doesn't mean they're good at team building. So you can build a whole team of 5, MLB units, but if they're not working on CP levels, if they don't have any equipment, if they, haven't actually played the game, just thrown money at it and built this crazy looking team, but don't know anything about team synergy and team dynamics, you could probably roast them if you have a halfway decent team. My team looks pretty bad, but my team is also designed to kind of bait people into that. So you have to really contemplate what you're doing here in War Games, okay? And a lot of it does come down to psychology. So for my Familia, 65, 2/3 is not acceptable, guys. Absolutely not acceptable. We're keeping a running tally of this. I don't want to be that jerk, but it does mean that there probably can be changes after War Games. We just have to play the game every single day. You can't win unless you play. Sure, you could probably lose, but you lose nothing, and you gain nothing. There's a possibility you could gain a little bit, but we can't gain anything if we don't play. Just that simple, guys. And so as proof that I'm dedicated to making my Familia as strong as humanly possible, I usually like to say that I'm pretty free to play, but every once in a while I break down. And Haruhime is one of those units that she just evaded me left, right, and center. I tried like crazy to pull her when she was around, and she just insanely evaded me. Let's see if that continues to be the case. I did buy the 9th Anime Gacha box. It did give me this, a bunch of Falna, some Hero Falna, which I don't honestly really need that much of. But this 11 draw 4-star ticket. Now it is guaranteed either Haruhime or I can't remember old girl's other name, but guaranteed one of them at the end. We could maybe pull some extras here in the center. We don't know, but this is about a $27 investment. It's not insanely expensive, but for someone who tries to be as free to play as possible, this is just the beginning of my commitments to make sure that our Familia is as strong as humanly possible. And that's how serious I am about this. I want to make sure that we're actually being competitive. Nobody wants to just lose out of nowhere. I don't think that's what I wanted. No, it is not. Middle of the road, though. So it is an extra bond we weren't expecting. So this is the double 4-star pull. I really hope Haruhime is right here at the end. Oh, yes. Yes! All right. So there we go, guys. Perfect. One of each. That was 100% worth. 100% worth. So, once again, guys, like I said, you can't just sit around and not fight. I'm doing everything I can. So, if your Familia got beat today and you're watching this video, make sure you go through today. Rehammer everything until it's absolutely max stats. If you are running out of rehammer items, make sure you go in here to boost. Make sure you're doing the CP items. I'm going to do this in its own separate video this afternoon, but if you go in here in a crafting quest and you run a crafting quest, you actually have a chance of pulling some of those rehammer items. It's 1 stamina, so if you just do a ton of these today, odds are pretty good you'll wind up with some rehammer items. Make sure everything's top notch. Make sure your CP is completely up to date. Make sure that the units that you're using in the game are as high up on the CP list as they can be. 50 CP is super hard to come by. But, and as we do in the video at the beginning of the month, also make sure that you sold all your 2-star and 3-star bonds and you have all the CP items from the shop. I'll also discuss that at the end of this too. So, let's go ahead and roast them. This is not my Wargames team, by the way. Well, not entirely. Alright. So there we go. We did not get any rehammer items, but I can run that a few more times and make it happen. Okay. Now, I was going to show you inventory. So if you go here to inventory and you go to bonds, you notice like I only have the bonds that we just did, and I'm going to sell all of these right now. Okay. And that's going to give me some Sirios. We go down here to the shop, and you go to the Sirius and Dupe Exchange. With all that Sirios, you can buy a ton of CP items. Pardon me, a ton of CP items. So make sure you are doing that. You can kind of already see what I've been working on. So it is absolutely imperative that you not give up and that you do the best you can do. We can't win if we don't fight. We could lose. We don't really lose anything by fighting. We certainly don't gain anything at all if we don't fight. There's always a possibility of loss, but if you don't fight, there's never the possibility of success. So keep at it, guys. And if your Familia lost, I would heavily recommend you reformat your team. One of the best things you could do, and I don't know if I can actually do it at the moment, if you really want to face your team versus other people in your Familia, you can go in here, find all your top-ranked folks. I'm going to go down here towards the bottom. Grab one of these units, and you can go to see their Wargames party, and you can actually test battle your Wargames party against theirs. I'm not going to showcase my actual party there. But I digress. There is absolutely no way you can win if you don't at least try. So, go out there, guys. Upgrade everything today. And make sure that this next war game is the absolute best you can muster. Because, once again, if you don't try, what's the point? That's going to be the video, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. I'll be back at you guys with more Danmachi later on today.